and to walk through it, it just, can I say badassery on your, like I felt like a bad mother grandma.
Good morning. We are up and Adam, I'm just packing up my tent. Everybody else is having a quick bite to eat. We're packing up camp. We are heading to the Athabasca Glacier. We're gonna go do a glacier walk. And then we are relocating to our new campground outside of Jasper. And tomorrow is river rafting, which, if you've experienced my Patagonia kayaking fiasco, I'm an absolute shit show. A little nervous. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. But I'm nervous. We'd start every day the same. If it was a day we were moving camps, we first had to take down our tents. And for some of us, that was a bigger challenge than for others. Because for a lot of people on this trip, this was their first time camping ever. Like ever. So we'd start with the awesome breakfast. Our guides would give us a rundown of the day. But I cannot recommend a trip like this enough if you have never camped before, because almost everything is taken care of. Logistics, food, gear. You just have to bring a few things. We just made another quick stop at Pito Lake. More gorgeous than the last. It just keeps getting better and better. It seems like that's the trend. Okay, we are on our way to the glacier, but we made a quick pit stop at Pito Lake. There's a little coffee shop, a little cafe. So, got some pastries, some coffee, walking down the lake. The view looks like it's probably going to be ridiculous. Let's check it out. The same thing kept happening again and again in Banff. You know, we knew each day's itinerary. We knew the day's big activities. Oh, today we're walking on a glacier. We knew that was the big activity for the day. But then we just stopped for a quick bathroom break. And this was the bathroom break. There's so many ridiculously gorgeous things in this one tiny part of the world that something like this is mediocre. It's mind-blowing. It seems like this is kind of Banff's MO, but like we were just told we were stopping to go to the bathroom. There was no warning of like, oh hey, also this, because it's just everywhere. What's your favorite thing about Banff?
I think the Icefield, the glacier, that's very impressive, and like fresh air, a little bit cold, but like very pure. So the ice wall starts there at your left. You see the car there, the parking? This is the beginning of the ice wall.
Oh wow!
We are gonna go there where there's the coffee museum and all that. Oh yeah. And after we are gonna drive there.
Okay.
Okay, I had my lunch and I thought I was done, but then I saw someone with Poutine, which if you haven't had Poutine, it's French fries with gravy and cheese curds. The gravy is actually vegan, the cheese curds are not. But I had to have it. It's a Canadian thing, so if you're in Canada, you gotta try it. Unless it sounds disgusting, then don't.
I was most excited for the hiking. That's what I like to do for fun. But I found since I got here that the activities that I wouldn't have planned for myself if I was planning a solo adventure have turned out to be the best. Like the Glacier Walk. That is something I never would have booked for myself if I were planning my own activity, but it was probably the best thing we did. It was so much fun.
So we're going for a casual stroll today. Not an aggressive
When they said we were going to go on a glacier walk, I was like, what does that mean? I'm just going to walk over ice? Like I just thought I was going to go up a little thing and we're just going to walk on ice and then come back down. No, that was not true. That was not true at all. And then once they gave us these little, I don't even know what they call it, that you put them on your feet and they've got little pegs on it, I don't know, so that you don't slip on it. And after a half mile in, they're like, here you go. You got to put these on to go the rest of the way. On the trek up, I wanted to quit, I didn't. I even mentioned to Jeffrey, I was like, I don't think I can do it. And he's like, just take your time, it's gonna be fine. And I was always last, I didn't care. Because the moment I got there, it just was so stunning to see the waters rushing down in this glacier is something I will never see probably in the rest of my lifetime.
The glacier was a lot of fun. To be honest, when I researched it online, I'm like, that looks like a lot of like black and brown soot. What is that? I think I'll pass. And then I decided to do it anyways, and it was just crystal white snow all the way through. And then so you know, as you approach, it looks like a lot of dirt because of the way the mountain moves and the glacier moves. But then you get to that point where it's just crystal white snow. And so you walk up there and it's just endless. And to walk through it, it just, can I say badassery on your, like I felt like a badass motherfucking grandma. So it just, it does something to your psyche for sure.
We're on a freaking glacier.
It's insane. I cannot even believe I'm standing on a glacier. I've got, like, what do we call these things?
Crampons.
Yeah, I've got things so I can climb on the fucking ice.
Oh my God, I was like, okay, at the glacier, I was like a kid on Christmas. There was only one rule at the glacier, and that was not to get in front of our guide, Rupert. He told us so many stories, and everything we asked him, he just was so interesting and so kind and wanted our safety to be number one, and was like checking ice, but not because he wanted to show off, just because he thought that that was like the right thing to do to keep us all safe. And it just felt I was very scared to go in the beginning, but once I got on the ice, oh my gosh, it was just so fun. I felt so exhilarated. I actually haven't felt that good and that happy with life in a really long time, and it was just good. Really, really good.
We also got to drink glacier water and eat glacier ice, which was really awesome. And I think one of the best parts about the trip overall has been how much experience and knowledge all the different guides have, whether it's our guides for our group for the week or the guide that led us on the glacier. He just has so much information, and every random question that's popped into my brain that I've thrown out, he's had a story or something interesting or some strange fact. And so I've loved having the opportunity to learn from these people who grew up around here and just have all the experience with these different things.
Our guide is walking out to see if it's safe for us to go look down into this crevasse, but there's like this crazy, it's called a waterslide or something. All this water is like rushing, making a tunnel going down into the glacier. So I'm a little scared, but I'm gonna walk out there. I can't come this far and not see all the features. Can you imagine? Is just using a pole to test the snow to see if it's safe or if we're gonna fall in a crevasse. We're trying pretty hard not to fall in a crevasse.
When I was on the glacier, I just thought I would never have done this stuff on my own. The guides were so helpful to push us beyond because they seemed to understand what we could do beyond what we understood what we could do. And I never expected, I just got the feeling from the guides that they weren't going to let me chicken out.
The glacier was incredible, stunning in all the ways. It was just being on that piece of ice that has been there for years, knowing that it's receding, it was just magical, and also a stark reminder of just the things that are happening environmentally in the world. But it was really, really beautiful and inspiring.
Want to watch another video? Click here. Want to learn more about my upcoming trips? Click here. Want to subscribe and like all my videos and turn those bell notifications